Hi guys, Stephanie here. I'm gonna try and do the live video thing. We'll see how this turns out. Who knows? You never know. Alright, opening up my chat box just in case somebody wants to talk to me. I'll try to remember to keep looking over. So we got some royalty-free classical music in the background, and let's go ahead and try this again. I tried this already, and my circuit popped for some reason, so like my computer went off, and the internet, all that. So anyway, I'm gonna try this again. We're gonna make some tags, and I decided to do something a little bit different. So we're going to, trying to push myself, go outside the box a little bit. And so I kind of have a little bit of a stencil, if you will, for tags, and I'm going to attempt to cut this paper. So I don't need that part. So this is just cardstock. General cardstock, a little bit thicker. My idea is to do 3 different tags worth of stuff. They're going to be a little thicker than this. This is just to get like the size, basic size, the gist of it, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to prepare this side with some gesso. We're going to do some background stuff. We're going to make this thing look awesome, and then we're going to cut it down to tag size and individualize each one. After we are done completely, we're going to, before I cut them and to do the individual ones, we're going to put this paper on the background, on the back of the tag, so that way when, you know, the back of the tag isn't just plain, right? And I'm also going to do it after I'm done with the gesso and most of the background stuff, so that way I don't have to worry about it getting messed up. So I have a couple of things I want to do. I have some texture paste and these awesome stencils, and I'm going to put probably a word on each tag. So we have that. I also have some clear rhinestones. Maybe we can do something with that. I'm not sure. I just got a bunch of stuff out with the intention of having it if I need it. I also have these really cool black doilies that I got from Joann's. They were only $1.99, but they're black and they're really thin. They're really pretty. I love them. So I might use one of these, split it amongst the 3. I also have a bunch of this, and this is what we're going to do with the background initially, is we have some red paper. This is what I'm going to do, is I'm going with the whole red and black thing. It's not something that I normally do, and the person that I'm individualizing these tags for, I tried to do a little bit of snooping on their Facebook, and I saw that they had a little bit of black and red thing going on, so I just kind of wanted to stick with that. It's not something I normally do. I know that it's funny because my tag tutorial that's on Facebook has black and red in it, and it's just funny because it's not something that I ever do. I don't use black and red. Well, I use black and I use red, just not together and as the main thing. But anyway, okay. So we're going to go ahead and prep this with a little bit of gesso. And never mind, in the background I have classical music playing, but I also have a cat that's in heat right now, and I have 2 boys home from school for the summer. So the background may be loud at some point, and I really do apologize for that. I hope the music isn't too loud. I'm going to try to turn it down a little bit. That feels better. Okay, sorry about that. So just, oh, that probably was just enough, so probably won't have to use this other one. Alright, let me get paper towel out. Now, I'm trying this whole Facebook Live thing. I've never done it before, but I want to give you guys content, and I do create every day, but I don't feel like editing all the time. I actually made a video the other day and let me see if I can find it. If you have been with me on my Facebook and stuff, you've seen this. I made a video for it, but I just don't. This. And I made a video for it, and I spent the better part of 2 hours probably. So I haven't done it in a couple of days because I've kind of just lost my willingness. I don't know. So I'm giving this Facebook Live thing a try. We're gonna see how this goes. But that means that you guys are gonna see all the stuff, meaning the drying. But you also get to see the whole process. I'm not just gonna speed it up. I'm gonna sit here and try to give you guys some good content. I will try to make it entertaining and, most importantly, inspiring. You know, that's what I try to do. I want to inspire you. So, okay. That, and then I want to take, where's the card at? I want to take this, and I cut a thing, like a pattern. Just a little more texture. You never know when you're gonna need more texture. There we go. All right. Gesso is so messy. It gets on your fingers, and then it gets on the next finger, and 50 more fingers. It gets everywhere. All right. So now all I have to do is dry this. So yeah, we're gonna try this live thing. See how that works out. Maybe aim this a little bit more like that. Okay. I am part of a junk journal group on Facebook, and it's amazing. It's probably my favorite page on Facebook. I spend quite a lot of time on it. It's very inspiring. I also have a couple of mixed media pages that I follow as well, but nothing gets to me in the heart as much as this junk journal page. I love it so much. And the lady that runs it, she also has a YouTube channel. Like, that was the point of her making it, was for her YouTube channel. But then all the people on Facebook were just so awesome, and it's just such an awesome little community. So that's kind of like the focus now of it. Is just the group and the community, and I love it so much. But anyway, at the beginning of each month, she picks a couple of people to send a tag to for their wall of inspiration. Okay, thin layer of gesso, it makes it dry pretty quickly. So if you don't know anything about a wall of inspiration, I mean, everybody's different. Everybody creates things in a different manner, right? And so sometimes you find yourself maybe in a rut, or maybe creating a lot of the same things, and you kind of want to branch out, but you don't know where to begin. And maybe you've kind of tried everything that you found on Pinterest, or, you know, whatever. What's awesome is that this wall of inspiration, I mean, think about it. If 17 people send you different tags, you're going to have 17 very different techniques, color combinations. Maybe somebody tried something that you've never tried before, and you're like, wow, I wonder how they did that. And so you go and you try to make it yourself. And that's what the point of it is. It's a wall of inspiration. It's just something to look at and you to go, you know what? That's amazing. I'm going to try that. And so this is what I'm doing this for. I'm going to be sending 3 different tags out, and they're going to the Wall of Inspiration recipients for the month. So yeah, and so I don't know if you can see, there's like really cool texture on this now. That's what I was going for. And we're going to be covering this up a little bit because I'm going to be putting matte medium down on this. I actually meant to add a little bit of water to this matte medium. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. I was running low on matte medium, so I took some Elmer's glue and mixed that in there, and I forgot to add water. That's what I meant to do. So you can make homemade Mod Podge, and it's basically just glue and a little bit of water. I feel like I could still use a little bit more water. It's still pretty on the like thick, sticky side. So yeah. Awesome. It looks much better now. Yeah, that's the consistency I want. So I went from barely any matte medium to probably about a half a thing full now, which is awesome. Okay. Sorry, here's the thing about live is I can't just like pause it and then bring you back when I have actual interest, you know, interesting things to show you. So I apologize for that beforehand, because I'm sure for some people that may get annoying. Getting out a clean baby wipe. It doesn't have any stupid gesso on it. That gesso, man, once it gets on something, that's it. Like, alright. So now I'm going to take my glue brush. I use this brush for glue every single time. It's just the best thing. A little bit of glue. Oh man, this is such a better texture. And we're going to put nice line down, and not thinking about it, just going to go all willy-nilly on this bad boy. And yeah, there we go. A little bit over the top of that. And we'll cut off the excess, obviously. Just want to make sure I get the corners good, or the edges rather. But if you're going to be cutting, which we're going to be doing because I'm going to be cutting this in 3, you want to make sure that you get all of it very well, because you never know where the edges are going to be. So yeah, anyway. And you just, ooh, that's the edge, so let me put that down here. Awesome. This music paper that I got it from a book in Goodwill, and it is really old, and you can tell because it is so delicate. It's so cool. I love it. I'm just doing, I mean, not necessarily weaving or anything like that, but just doing a little bit here and there. Awesome, awesome. I like the feel that matte medium gives to paper. Once it's all dry, it kind of is reminiscent of, I don't know, like a buttery or leathery feel. I love it so much. Especially when I use it with gelatos as well. It's fantastic. Yeah. Probably maybe not too much more than this. All right. Make sure that's spread somewhat thin. Don't want it to take too long to dry. I did notice, and it has gotten better now that I put some water in it, but I did notice that once I put the Elmer's with the original just matte medium, it made it take a little longer to dry, which is not a big deal, but it is something to consider if you're going to attempt to make your own glue. Alright, I have a box of scrap papers, and so in there that goes. Now we are going to dry this. So, yeah, free tags. I have some things, stamps and stuff like that. Probably gonna get my watercolors out here in a second and just give this all a little bit of a background. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see where it takes us. I like just kind of doing whatever comes to mind. So, let's see. Yeah, it's definitely not taking as long now that the water's on there. Or the water thinned it out, I guess, a little bit, which is great. So it's not taking as long. And the other thing about live, even though you have to deal with this, you can also see the things that I do in real time. Don't worry about me fast forwarding through it. So if I make a mistake, guess what? You're going to see it. Which is very possible. It happens all the time. Oh my gosh. Alright. That's better? Yeah, that's one frame. Okay. Now I'm going to cut the pieces off that are hanging over. Excellent. Get out my watercolors and I'm just gonna do that color, I think. Maybe a little black or gray. We shall see. Where is my brush that I use all the time? I get this from Goodwill. I know that it's not a, I know that it's a makeup brush, but I'm determined to use this as my watercolor brush. And I got it with the intention of doing this, just being able to put water on my paper or just a ton of the color. I love it. It's so ridiculous. That's great. I love it. I don't think that it's, I don't know, I don't think that it's something that I should be doing. It doesn't seem to be working that wonderfully, but I do love it, and it was so soft, it's probably not going to be soft again. But this is working great for the purpose. I like that it's keeping the brush strokes, which is cool. It's not something that normally happens with anything that I do with watercolor, so that's cool. See how much water that had in it. Oh my god, just so much water. Ridiculous, but fun. Sorry. I'm using my phone to record, so it ends up being that my phone calls may come through or something, and I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can find my brush. This is good enough. Alright, a little bit more detail on the color now. So I'm not going for perfect. It's very basic. I'm just adding a little bit of a background so I don't have to do it with, I'm going to be using gelatos. And this way it just a starting point. Then we're going to dry this and okay, good enough. So I'm going to let this dry. I hope that this recording is coming out okay. The video. I moved it over, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. Excellent. Okay. I mean, it wasn't too wet, so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Now, that's really cool. I want to take my gelato at this point, and I just want to go around kind of, I don't know, not all of them, just some of them. The papers, and this is to Vintageify. For those of you that have been with me for a while, like, I'm trying to make that word stick, darn it. I love it. Okay, awesome. So, let's see, this baby wipe has been sitting out for just a little bit. So I'm going to take a corner and just gonna go like this. I know that it looks like a hot, well, to me it looks like a hot mess right this second. It gets better. I promise. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. And then you don't want it to just be smoosh, smoosh, smooshy. So I just kind of dab a little bit. Working with your materials, just, you know, the more you do it, the more you kind of know like what you can do and what technique, I guess, does what. And so again, you see with that watercolor, like it's just kind of faded into the background now, right? So let's set this really quick. Now my red kind of accidentally got heated, and so it's all messed up right now. I want to use every little bit because I love my gelatos. So excuse me while and this happened earlier. I accidentally left my heating gun on and it was right next to this. I had to put it in the freezer for a second just to fix it. All right, so now I have these little flakes of gelato, and I mean, this is a technique that I use anyway. You can take like a palette knife and then just shave off some of your gelato, maybe off to the side, and then use it willy-nilly as you see fit. And I actually like to do that. I don't know if I've shown it on camera before. But now this is a completely dry finger. I am not gonna wet it. I am just going to move the gelato around. And what that does is it gives you this effect, this really cool, and the effect is gonna vary based on what you have already going on in the background. I prepped with gesso, and it's got the matte medium on top, so it's a nice, slick, almost surface. So it makes this work better for me. But if you do find yourself having a hard time moving the gesso around, go ahead and get your finger just a little bit wet. And it'll start moving right away. And so I might put a little wetness on there. And then we'll go from there. So I'm just, wherever I feel like I want to put some color, I'm going to put a red chip down, and we're just gonna go with it. And I love the look that this is giving it. It's almost like a gouache type of feel. Like, it's so cool. I love it. So excuse me while I concentrate really quick on making sure all the little lumps. Look at that. Very cool, in my opinion. Now that all the lumps are gone, I'm gonna go through with my gelato and gelatos are great. A little goes a long way. You don't need to use too much. But see, if I hadn't put that red in the background for the, like, the background, with the watercolors, I don't know, there'd be a lot of white poking through, and that's totally fine too. I mean, it's all up to your preference. I like to add white where I want it with gesso, my gesso and acrylic mix, like, after. However you want to do it. That's the beauty of art. You can literally do whatever you want. All right. And rinse my finger off a little bit. Lovely. I really like this. So here we go. You know, nice mixed media background, right? And gelatos, all you have to do is get a little heat set. Now, the heat set does, like I say, set it. However, if you use too much water over top of it, or maybe like matte medium gesso, clear gesso, something like that, if you use too much of it, or if you smush it too much with a brush, it will lift, it will reactivate. But you can do those things over the top as long as you just do a nice quick light stroke, right? So don't be too worried about it. I love using gesso because it's so forgiving. If I wanted to, I could take most of the color off of this with a baby wipe. It's really awesome. So there we go. That's all I needed. Man, that's so cool. I love the way it feels. I say this all the time. It's like a buttery, leathery feel. I don't know. I love it so much. And so now I think I'm going to do a little bit of white. I'm going to try something different though. So a little bit of white. I'm going to put it up at the top here, or what I'm now calling the top. And I'm just going to put some puddles. I don't really know what to call them. This is something I've never done before, so we're trying it out. We'll see how it works. Get another paper towel. Well, I have this one. Let's see. It's a little bit wet, but it's fine. I'm going to put this at the bottom of my page here. And a spray bottle, it just has water in it. And I'm going to go to the top, spray the top. We're going to see about getting this whitewash going. Oop. I'm thinning that out a little bit. Alright, so what that's doing is giving it a whitewash, but it's Oh, I like it. It's cool. And the top is where I'm going to be cutting to make it tag looking like anyway, so I'm not worried about the white stuff that's still up there. If you're worried about it, you can just smush. And I know I just said stuff about reactivating and all that, and it's fine. I'm not too worried about it. That's awesome. It looks super cool. Alright, all that water. Try to clear that off a little bit, and then I'm going to dry that off a bit. And I don't want to heat it. I don't want to dry it completely. You'll see why in just a moment. Alright, this is just tissue paper, and it's white tissue paper, and I got this cool look on this tissue paper. And there we go. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. Might. The white splotches. I love my white splotches, man. Or I love my splotches. It's not always white, sometimes it's black. Again, I don't want to heat this all the way, and there's a reason for that as well, although usually I do end up heating it too much. We shall see. You want it to heat enough to where it heats the outside of the dots, but then it's still a little bit wet in the middle so that you can do this. Yes, exactly. Exactly that. I did it this time, guys. I'm so proud of myself. So you get that outline. Oh man, I love it. You see what I mean? Very cool. Love it. And excuse me, this is what I love about mixed media. It's the technique. It's just layers and layers and layers, layer upon layer, until you get the effect that you want, until you're good. I really like this. And obviously I'm going to add, you know, the finishing details and stuff to make it more awesome. But let's go ahead and let me clean that off a little bit. Gesso, man, it gets everywhere. Excellent. towels. I go through so many paper towels and baby wipes. I should invest in like a an art rag or something and just use like the same one. Or I don't know. Maybe that sounds gross. Who knows? Set that. Should mostly be dry now though, but just to make sure. And we're going to turn it over and we're going to apply the paper to the back, and we're going to separate these into 3 tags and start with that. So yeah, that looks good. I love it so much. And now I'm going to take what's the top? What am I considering the top? That up there, right? Okay, so I want the flowers to go in that direction. All right, so now I'm gonna take my glue stick and I'm just gonna go ham. And I'm gonna make sure that I get everywhere really, really good. Yeah. Now I'm like pushing hard. I'm making sure it's real thick because you want it to stick. You don't want it to lift. If you use the heat gun to dry something later on while you're doing this, you don't want it to lift, and it will if you put too little. All right. All right, awesome. Looks like we're back. I'm sorry about that. Bad weather in the area, and it looks like the internet went out for doing some stuff in the meantime. Fussy cutting the stationery to get these adorable little flowers. I'm going to put on here. I really do apologize for the technical difficulties. It couldn't be helped. And I hope that you understand. Alright. Looks like our music got interrupted, of course. So there we go. And I'm not entirely sure when it stopped. I just noticed because I looked over at chat and it said reconnecting, and I was like, oh no. So we put the back on here, and then while it was off, I measured out and I figured probably that's where I'm going to be putting these, or cutting them rather. So just finishing up my bit of fussy cutting now, and then we will continue right along. Excellent. So I have my 3 flowers now. I'm gonna get out my China pencil, China marker, whatever. Also gonna get out my cutter. And I'm going to cut, first of all, I need to cut the back of the paper off. Excellent. And I'm not going to throw away this excess, except maybe this tiny little strip here, but like I said, I have a box of like scrap paper, and I mean, it's so cute, right? So they make an excellent scrap. Really doesn't take much for me to be excited about stuff. Not at all. So great, 2 perfect scraps to use at another point. I don't utilize my scraps probably as much as I should, but every time that I'm thinking, this could use a little something, I'm in there and hunt it out. So, all right. I'm going to cut this. It's probably going to be off screen, and I apologize. There's one. And there's two more. Now look, guys, we have 3 tags. Look at that. Awesome. Cute, adorable little background, or back of the tag. There's just wet or something on there. Hold on. Yeah, it's just wet. Weird. Anyway. So super cute. Love it. Now what? That is the question. Oh, I know. So, texture paste. My palette knife and stencils. And I'm going to use the word create, or at least on one of these. Let's see, let's put 2 of these away. And I'm going to put it like this, I think. Lovely, lovely, lovely. No. Okay, excellent. It's probably all messed up. Oh no, it's not. Oh my god, it's awesome. Awesome, awesome. And while it's still wet, go in, get anything that messed up, and boom. We'll let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and you have got to clean your stencil with texture paste though, because it will mess your stencil up. I need another baby wipe. My gosh. Get in there. Okay. I need to get more baby wipes apparently. Get the back of it. Excellent. I have all these other words. Yeah. So, awesome. Create. Let that dry over here. Get out. Now, let's do the other way. Sure. Actually, it doesn't even need to be. Let's just do it like that. Get a little bit more texture paste. I'm not worried about it being flush with this. I'm just trying to make sure I get it in all the parts on the letter. Remove some. And then make the texture again. Scrape that off. Take this off. Dream. It's awesome. I'm actually gonna scrape and try to get some of this texture paste back because it's an awful lot. all over. Oh my gosh, it gets so messy. So messy. That one's gonna take a while to dry. It's real thick. And then, let's see. I do love to inspire, so this one I'm just gonna put it right here. And this is gonna be a nice little thin one. Well, that one messed up a little bit, huh? That sucks. Take this off and let me see. I just went with it. There we go. Boom. See, be inspired. Take a mistake and turn it into a happy mistake, as Bob Ross would say, right? Cleaned off my stencils. They are good to go. I'm going to let the other two, they're much, much thicker. I'm going to let those dry over there while we work on this tag. So, putting my texture paste away. Clean off my palette knife. Excellent. All right, I'm going to dry this one. It is pretty fast drying. Like, I mean, at least this brand is. I don't know. It's the only texture piece I've ever gotten. We shall see. We shall see. It's pretty much dry for the most part, which is awesome. So here we go. It says inspire. And then I'm going to put this here probably. I like using the China marker. I actually don't use it that often, but it's very smushy. I like it, especially when it's warm. I noticed that. Yeah, that's what I was going for. The smush. All right. This is the stuff I was talking about. Smells amazing. I love it. Give this all just a quick once over, kind of seal all that in, the gelato, etc., just so that no matter what I do now, that background will stay the way that I intended it. So, do not fret. This dries clear. And it smells awesome. Smells a big thing for me. I don't know. I don't know if it is for anybody else. I noticed after I had a baby, like after I was pregnant, I don't know if they say pregnant ladies, like they experience their senses heightening, I guess. And I noticed, for me at least, smell was a big thing, and it stayed with me even after. And it's been, what, almost 14 years now? Jeez. So, smell's a big thing for me. And it dries so quick. And it's really hot. Cool it off. Excellent. A heat gun. I need a cool gun. Yeah, I really like that. That's so cute. And now I'm just gonna kind of outline this bad boy. My camera. Oh, the shadow is something fierce, huh? Is there? I need to work on my lighting in my office. It is what it is. I have one desk lamp and then an overhead lamp, which is pretty, I don't know, it's very yellow, if that makes a difference. Makes sense, I mean. Yay. This is exactly how I wanted it. So cute. I'm going to go over that anyways. It's not a big deal. Actually, because I'm going to go over it, maybe. All right. Now, I'm going to take my stencil-ish. I don't know where I put it. Whatever. We're going to wing it. Ooh, no, that's off. Every time. I apologize. I had allergies, man. Crazy. My tools. Get find the middle. You know what? I don't know why I keep using that. I have a hole punch, and that's what I mean to grab every single time, and I end up using that that's not what I want. Silly, silly girl. This is what I wanted. That's okay. No big deal. Alright. So we have that, and then cut off any excess. And I do have some of these, and we are going to put this in. There we go. Push hard. Alrighty. Well, there's that part. So it looks like an actual tag nail, guys. Look. Excellent. Alright, now I'm going to go around the outside with my gelato. We're doing that good bit to vintageify. Sometimes I do this with brown. Obviously for this project I think black is the best bet. And we're just smushing. Smush, smush, smush. Sometimes I do this with a baby wipe, but I know that that gets rid of a lot of the color, like the pigment. And I find myself having to layer a couple more layers onto there. But by just doing this by hand, which is definitely more messy, but let's be honest, it's way more fun, right? It's not, I don't know, I mean, art, have fun, get messy. Yeah. And the other side I'm not too worried about because I'm going to go with my black archival dauber and just get all that. So yeah, all right. Let's clean off my fingers a little bit so don't make too much of a mess. All right. Definitely not clean, but cleaner. All right, so now this is feeling very dark and very grungy. Super, super grungy. I think that's definitely the thing that's going on here. It's super grungy. And so I'm going to take not working out the way that I want it to. Sharpie in. I've gotten a bunch of different whites to try to find a white that will do what I want, and this does not do it. Gross. Jelly pen doesn't really do it either. I think the only one that really actually and truly does what I want it to do is my Uni-Ball Signo. I want to get a Posca pen. I bet that's awesome. I see people using it all the time and it seems to do what they want, so. If your Uni-Ball pen's not working, just start it on your finger. That usually does the trick. I wanted to use my whiteout pen because that is very bright, but these letters are too fine. Probably would be able to do it with the other one, but the letters are too fine, it's making it kind of spill over. This is what I get for trying stuff on camera. Now y'all get to see this hot mess of a tag, and I'm gonna have to send this to somebody, and I feel really bad because now it's really crappy, to be honest. Oh my gosh, gross. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Horrible. We are our own worst critic, though. Let me know what you think. Gross. Alrighty. My cat's trying to get in the door. Hold on. I am just a hot mess. I just spilled something. I don't know if I'm going to do the live video anymore because I'm just horrible at it, apparently. First time the breaker shut off and then the internet went out, and now I'm messing up the tag. That's not going to inspire anybody. It's all good. We all learn. Not everybody can make perfect things every time. I mean, it's a fact of life, and it's no big deal. No big deal. The white just helps offset. I don't know. I hope that I inspire somebody and anybody. I hope. Well, that's a little better. There we go. About to go cook dinner, and I'm gonna make some chicken. It's gonna be delicious. Trying to fix these letters a little bit so they don't look so janky. Right now they look a little bit like a hot mess. Just a little bit. So what are you guys going to be creating this summer? Let me know. I really would like to hear. I like seeing, like I said, I have a couple of different Facebook groups, and man, I just love, man, people come up with the coolest stuff. And it's really cool to and fun to try hand at maybe not recreating, but creating something like somebody else created. Um, it's really fun. I enjoy it personally. Let me know if you do too. Let me know if I've inspired you at all. I would really love to hear that. I know I have one person that comments a lot, and she's amazing. She's one of my favorite people in the art group that I'm in. She says she has me on in the background sometimes. And I just love that. It makes me so happy because I do that with other people like Vicky Papalono and Marini Small Art. I usually have, and Kelly Snow, I usually have them on in the background depending on what I'm making, and it makes me so happy. So, yeah, I like that right there. And then I have, where did I put it? Oh no. Oh, okay. I have a big old thing of ribbon here and whatnot, and I'm just gonna try to find, yeah, I have some black velvet trim. I think I'm gonna use that. A little bit of this. Okay, so a couple things here. These two dye really nicely. I think I get them from like the Dollar Tree or something like that, but they dye with gelatos really nicely. So I use this as like the tag string, right? Just cut a good amount, and we'll cut the other one as well. So we'll dye those. You put the pin back in. Alright, excellent. So we'll dye those. I'm going to heat set just to make sure the white is good and dry. The letters don't look quite as bad as they did, at least in my opinion. I really love the background. It's got like this really cool feel going on. It's a very dark tag, which it came out way darker than I had intended. I don't know, I may not do as much of the black, or maybe I will actually use a baby wipe on the edges for the other one, or maybe I'll use the dauber in my ink pad or something to get the edges, because I don't know, it's a little bit darker than I had intended. It's still beautiful, I still love it. Put those back in my little bin. And for this one, we are going to use Aleene's Tacky Glue. I'm just going to do a nice quick strip at the bottom. Am I in frame? Barely. And this is just velvet trim. And I thought, you know, it might give it a nice little touch that it needs. I had played with the idea. I have to get them to the other side of my room. So while that dries, I had played with the idea of maybe we'll use some sequins. I don't use that enough. Do I have black ones too? I do. They're super tiny. Maybe I use some black ones. I played with the idea of using some of these beads, putting some string through it, maybe doing some type of small tassel besides the ribbon that goes through the hoop at the top. I don't know. I probably won't. I have all this crap that I never use. So, ah, here we go. I don't want the tiny ones. I want those. Is there any more? I think I see one more. Excellent. So 2 black sequins. And a silver one. And ooh, you know what I just thought of? All right, bear with me. Excellent, stay down. Okay, so if I take this, put that down, let me find my little tweezer things. That's gonna make some of the glue come through the top hole, right? Yes, so if I take a cute little red bead, it's almost reminiscent of a flower. That's kind of cute. I don't know, what do you think? It's different. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't mean to hit the camera, I'm sorry. I'm gonna retape that. Okay. So yeah, okay. All right. Super cute IMO. Oh my gosh, no, just lay flat. It's just something, just adding little detail. Yeah, tell me what you think of that. So, put that off to the side for just a moment. And then let's see, let's make the smaller one black. Let's do red. So just do a nice light little bit. Okie dokie. Now we take, oh my gosh, am I out again? Baby wipes, man. So, take and you kind of just lightly rub it. And you just do that all the way down. I usually just kind of scrape it through first. Then I rub. You see what I mean? It just does a really nice job of dyeing the ribbon the color I need, which is excellent. So no matter what the tag looks like, I have trim that will perfectly match, which is excellent. Now, the black. Okay. And we do the same thing with this one. Yeah. We got our little station here. And those are done. Just need to dry them. Now don't you try to run away from me. See, this one's super thin. And the Aleene's Tacky Glue dries clear, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's already dry underneath the ribbon. Excellent. And I mean, I always forget and I always put it the wrong way. Every single time. Every time. Like, without fail, I put it the wrong way. It's no big deal. It's just silly. I mean, every single time, man. And, yeah, so... there, look at this. We have an adorable little tag. I mean, that's all it is to it. You just pick things up and kind of go with what you want to do, and it works out. Alright, now I need to find my dauber. In my box of ink, I got a purple one, and gold one, brown one. And a clear one, which is going to have to do the job. Here we go. So, just to give the back a cohesive look with the rest of the project, we're going to vintagify. And then, because this is a wall of inspiration tag, and I would not do this any other time, but just solely because of the fact that this is Wall of Inspiration. I'm going to sign the back, or at least put my name rather. So that they know. And if they see something they like, they're like, oh man, that technique, what's that? What did they use here? They can message me on Facebook and ask me. You know what I mean? So usually when I'm sending things, it's for a rack, which is, if you don't know, a random act of kindness. And so I would never put my name on that or anything. I should have done this before I put that on, but that's fine. And we'll do it around the loop as well. And so here we go, guys. Tag brought to you. This is the back. Instead of it just being plain white or whatever, it's cute. And here's the front. So tell me, what do you guys think? Are you inspired at all? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I come at you with content whenever I can. Try to do it at least 2 to 3 times a week. That's my goal. My goal is also to inspire you. I want you to watch my video and be like, oh man, I want to do something awesome now. Because you can. You can do it. And yeah. It just gives it a cute little feel, right? There we go. Stephanie Huff. JJJETC. Inspiration. So just a little details, just add stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. Little things here and there. And there you go. I hope you liked the video. I hope it wasn't horrible. Maybe I'll try this again in the future. Who knows? I hope you like what you saw. And I hope you come back. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Thanks for joining me again.